As a part of the federal government, you were testifying recently before Congress. We'll take a quick listen and react on the other side.
Being riddled with political bias and outright anti-American sentiment. Examples, you mentioned it, Chairman, refusing to call Hamas terrorists, glamorizing Che Guevara, airing campaign-style videos favoring President Biden, even broadcasting a graphic depicting President Trump with a swastika over his face on their news. And a ridiculous editorial firewall prevents agency leadership like myself from correcting any of the bias or having any say in the editorial content that goes on the air. This place is rotten. It's rotten to the core. President Trump has asked me to go in and help clean it up.
And that was Kari Lake talking about what was going on at the U.S. Agency for Global Media, where you work now and are trying to right the ship. It was a pretty searing critique. How do you fix it?
Well, I think we do what President Trump has asked us to do initially, and what we're working on now is shrinking the agency down to its statutory minimum. What is statutorily required by law? So many of these agencies get bloated out of control. We're going to take it back, look at the statute, and say, what do we have to do here according to law? And then anything else we're going to peel back and do away with. And so we're doing that. I've shrunk the workforce by 85%. President Trump has asked that we eliminate this agency starting next year in fiscal year 26. So until then, we'll shrink it down to a statutory minimum. I mean, you heard some of my testimony there. The people who are running this agency have no control editorially to prevent the agency from putting out anti-America propaganda that hurts our country. Yet, folks who work at Voice of America have gone to the Chinese embassy and asked CCP officials how they should be covering the CCP and China. It's appalling that that is happening. They've hired Russian spies. They've hired Russian propagandists who worked for Russian outlets who were attacking America to come over and work at Voice of America and attack America at Voice of America. Everything is upside down, and it needs to end, and that's why President Trump wants to do away with the agency. We'll take what's good, the little morsels that we can find that are worthwhile. I believe we should wrap it and put it under the State Department. The last time Voice of America was effective was when it was under the Department of State, where there were some guardrails and we could make sure what was going out on the airwaves to internationally about America was in line with what our foreign policy is and in line with what our American agenda is.